Now to the fight in the nation's capital over America's debt limit. President Biden says he'll have a message for congressional leaders when they meet on Tuesday. CBS's Christina Ruffini has more on that. Christina, good evening.
Good evening, Adriana. That's right. He's going to meet with Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy and other key players in these debt ceiling negotiations here at the White House next week. But even if the group can agree to a deal in the room, and that's not looking likely, there's no guarantee McCarthy can sell that deal to hardline members of his own party.
Whether you pay the debt or not doesn't have a damn thing to do with what your budget is.
With the clock ticking once again on a possible U.S. debt default, President Biden Friday criticized what he called MAGA Republicans for holding the country's credit rating hostage in exchange for, quote, draconian spending cuts.
There's no possibility they can pass their budget. Zero.
In an interview with MSNBC, Mr. Biden also blamed that same group for putting pressure on House Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
I think he's an honest man, and the MAGA Republicans really have put him in a position where, in order to stay Speaker, he has to agree. He's agreed to things that maybe he believes, but are just extreme.
The debt ceiling plan passed by the Republican-controlled House last week would freeze federal spending at last year's levels, cutting the budget by almost 14%, a move the White House says would slash funding for everything from rail safety inspectors to veterans' health care.
We're going to start down the path of figuring out how we get fiscal responsibility.
But Senate Democrats say the plan is too extreme and will make negotiations harder.
We should not default on our debt, but the present path we're on is unsustainable.
Now, in that same interview, President Biden was also asked about the 14th Amendment, which contains a clause guaranteeing public debt, and it's whether or not that could be used to raise the debt ceiling without congressional approval. President Biden said he's not ready to go there yet. Adriana?
Christina Ruffini, thank you.